The Miami-Dade Hialeah police, by the way, had told us many times, they'd given us heads up, like, you guys are red hot, man. You guys got to fucking figure something out. You're red hot. Miami-Dade is going to shut you down. We're doing our best to keep you cool with you guys, but Miami-Dade has it in for you. And part of that was that Bill Seidle, now that he had passed, I don't think that he was covered. That it was all covered like it was back in when he was around. So Porky's was done. And it was officially over. They actually put a stipulations that nobody, with the exception of dancers only, no staff was allowed, and there were specific names put in there, of which mine was one. No staff was allowed to ever work at anybody, the next club that may buy it, the next entity that would buy the club. Should somebody do that, they could not hire anybody from the previous regime. So it really put an end to everything there. When Porky's was open for the final year or so, and if you want, you can pull this up now, Jesse. We're going to talk about Panama here. In the final year of Porky's, Tony had gotten wind of of Panama. A buddy of his had talked about how Costa Rica was getting played out, but Panama is now the new kind of big tourist destination. People are going there, expats are going there, and people are checking it out. They're thinking of moving there, and it's got a crazy nightlife. Everything is it's a big party place. So he decided, Tony's a world traveler. He's been many places, and he decided he wanted to check it out. And he took me along with him, and we went to Panama. And again, a lot of these photos I will make available for you to see on my site. Or Instagram or whatnot. I'll post all this stuff soon enough. And so what happened was the very first time we went to Panama, we smoked, and Tony just felt good, man. He liked Panama. He loved Panama. He loved what he saw. There were so many beautiful things, whether it was the women, the buildings, the weather, everything was just clicking, man. It was a really great environment. We had no idea what to expect. Coming from the jungles of the airport, going all the way to the heart of the city in Panama City. And I used to say that Panama City was like New York, Miami, and Las Vegas all wrapped into one. It had the Miami flair because it was hot and it was Latin. It had the New York flair because it was cobblestone streets all over and boutiques and cafes, and just it wasn't so corporatized. There was no fucking Walmart anywhere. And the Las Vegas part was it was a party town. It was legal prostitution. It was legal gambling. It was bars were open till like 4 or 5 in the morning. The Panamanians drank. The tourists drank. People just liked to party. They danced. They had fun. It was just a late night place. You know, it was like a big city. And it was amazing. And Tony decides on the very first visit, he likes what he saw. And he actually told the realtor, if you can get me weed, because it was very hard to get in Panama. And he told this guy, what the fuck is his name? And he said, and we were sitting in there, and he said, if you can get me weed, I'll buy that condo from you right now. And he made a call. And he had nothing to do with weed. He didn't want. He thought it was a joke, and he made the call. He made it happen because we were getting some bad. It was very sweat. It was garbage. What we were getting was garbage, and he made it happen. And Tony wound up buying 7 properties at that point, all pre-construction, high rises and fancy buildings and all that in Panama. So that photo that you're seeing there, let's go through some of these real quick. Yeah. So that is at Dollhouse. So. Let me get to this before you skip to the next one, Jesse. But you can leave this up for a second. So while we're in Panama, Tony not only gets those properties, but while I'm still working Porky's, he decides to, and actually, you know what you can do? Jump out of this and show the bongos. Yeah, and then we'll do, yeah. I think it was the bongos one. I think there was a file. Or did we skip, no, not that one.
Yeah, I don't think we got them.
Maybe before La Jolla? No? I thought we saved the 2. Maybe didn't. Anyways, not a big deal. So what happened was Tony bought a wing joint in a really cool spot. He wound up getting a bar and a wing joint, and he also bought a coffee shop, and we had those, and those were going very well. And I was covering a lot of Tony work in Miami because he was doing a lot of work stuff in Panama and covering those businesses, and he was there a lot. And so, if you can believe it, at some point, one day, Tarzan, a man I've never met, Ludwig Fainberg, he shows up in Panama. There's a lot of Russians there. There's a lot of Chinese there. There's a lot of Colombians there. There's a lot of Americans. There's a lot of Canadians. It's a melting pot. Panama City is where the canal is. So all of that trade and all of that money that's involved in trade conglomerates there. It's a lot of money flowing through. A lot of drugs, a lot of everything is going through that canal. And so Tarzan shows up. And Tarzan says, hey, we got Russians here. We've got some friends here. And I would think, he wanted to open up a club. Let's open up strip club here, Miami style. Why not? Let's have club here. It's you and me. We know what we're doing. And he was very excited. And Tony hadn't seen this guy in many, many years. I don't even think they talked that much. Kind of kept quiet for as closer friends they were. And so Tarzan winds up seducing Tony into the strip club business. And so they decide they're going to open Dollhouse. And the way Dollhouse got open was there were some Russian gentlemen that were already, that had a club there, Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge was very successful. These guys were doing great. And Moulin Rouge was on the best block in all of Panama, Via Veneto. And Veneto, so there's the Bongos. So you see the Bongos logo there, that was it. And there's the Bongos location. I had a feeling we did add those.
Okay.
So you're good. So that was the logo, that was Bongos, and that was the corner it was on over there in the top right. And that's me and Tony and my hand's over there. And that's me, Tony, and oh Jesus, what the hell was her name? Patty. That was our office manager at Dollhouse. And then all those gentlemen there were Americans, and one of those gentlemen was the guy who told Tony, that's Tony in the black shirt with the blue, with the hat, and those gentlemen, two of those were Panamanian real estate agent guys, great guys, we'll just say V and Mark, and then the other gentleman is, he's the one that told Tony about Panama. He's the one that pretty much is why we wound up there. So that's pretty cool.